Hello and welcome to WrestleMania Talk WrestleTalk.
Yeah.
Me, your host Maverick Jackson, and your boy Blake Neubauer. Today we're going to be talking about WrestleMania 40.
WrestleMania 40. It was a good one. It was a good one. Yeah. This is, this took a lot. I'm just really quick. I do want to point this out. What you're seeing and what you're hearing, it took a lot. It took a lot of technical difficulties behind the scenes, but hey, we're
it took
here.
a minute, but we got it. But
We're
we're going to be talking about WrestleMania 40, which took place on August 6th to April 6th to April 7th. This is a 2-day event over the weekend, and it was a banger. It was a certified banger.
It was a banger.
Like, you watched, started off first matchup, Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
You had the Goth Mommy versus, quote-unquote, the man.
The man, yeah. Mommy and the man.
That was a pretty good fight. It was a good way to start it. She came in there. They both, beat each other up it was like 10, 15 minutes. It was a good little bout, but Rhea Ripley ultimately won. She's like a pretty good heel.
And she had won, she had been champion for like a year, I believe, going into that as well. So, seeing her retain, it was very impressive, and especially against someone like Becky Lynch of her caliber, because she's done so much in the past, and so that was huge, I think, for Rhea Ripley's career for sure.
Yeah, and after that, there was a whole bunch of matches. So WrestleMania this year was broken up into 14 matches, broken up between 7 matches a day.
Mm-hmm.
So the first day we had 7 matches. Second day had 7 matches, and the main event was Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, but there was a little bit of setup before that on the first day. They had another match that kind of set the rules for the finale.
Yeah, so the way it worked is Roman Reigns and The Rock were in a tag team together, and Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes were in a tag team together, and this was the first night of WrestleMania. So it was already set in stone that Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns were going to fight each other for the Undisputed Universal Championship the second night, but the reason that they did the tag team the first night was whichever team won would give either person, the advantage. Well, Roman Reigns and The Rock defeated Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, meaning that Roman Reigns had called it, bloodline rules advantage going into the second night of WrestleMania. So, yeah, you do not have to follow wrestling for the past 10 years to enjoy that match. So many childhood, wrestlers were there. It was Undertaker. Obviously, The Rock showed up. John Cena was there.
So, that, the consequences or the outcome of that match led into the main event finale, which was Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for the Undisputed Universal Championship. And it was, bloodline matchup. Started off Cody versus Roman, one-on-one action. And then
it went south so fast.
Yeah, Reigns was able to take out Solo, I believe his name was.
Solo
he came
Sikoa.
out there. He helped Roman fight Cody. They were going at it. And then I believe the Shield. Seth Rollins showed up at one point.
Yeah, and the Shield attire and all that. Yeah,
he came out. They were fighting, and then the Jimmy. I can't remember what the guy's name is.
Jimmy Uso.
The Uso brothers came out.
Jimmy and Jay.
One of the Uso brothers was coming out on the the entrance thing, and the other brother came and just spear tackled him off into the crowd. That was pretty crazy. The matchup kept on going, and then out of nowhere, just John Cena comes barging in, playing the theme song, acting like it's 2012,
It was crazy.
And I don't really know who, my favorite wrestler it'd probably be like Undertaker.
Yeah,
Mankind.
that's fair.
Cena's up there too,
Yeah, for sure.
But it was fun. He comes out, Millie Wop Solo, beats him up.
Oh, he killed him.
Gets rid of him. And then,
The
Rock. Then The Rock comes out. So, man, what do you think about that?
Dude, it was, and that just once again, points to the fact that if you haven't watched wrestling at all in the past, 5 to 10 years, you could sit down, watch that fight, and still enjoy it, because you had guys from way back then come out now, and exactly like you were saying, The Rock, John Cena, The Undertaker, he didn't come out, but even Stone Cold was kind of advertised.
Stone Cold was advertised, but who he did get, though, so we had The Rock come out, Cena eyed out The Rock, hit him with the "you can't see me" type action.
Crazy.
that didn't work. The Rock basically put the hurt on Cena.
Yeah, he did.
Beat him up pretty bad, and then out of nowhere, literally the Undertaker, you hear the dong.
That was
he comes out
super unexpected.
out of nowhere, choke slams the Rock, and then the lights go off, comes back on, and he's gone.
Vanished.
Like a
just like that.
Like a kiss in the wind or whatever. It was
yeah,
gone. Like
it
was. Bro. It was crazy.
It was crazy. Yeah.
All of them Philly, because this was hosted in Lincoln Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You already know how the Phillies are with Eagles and the Philadelphia Eagles. Their fan base is.
Oh, they have a crazy. Even earlier that night, in one of the matches, you had two masked men jump in the ring and like help out, and it turns out it was it was Jason Kelsey, and it was another Eagles player as well. So that was cool for the city of Philadelphia. But no, those fans were rowdy all night, man.
I've seen Philadelphia fans, Bills fans, stuff like that. Sports in general is a really interesting thing because it's fun. But there's a lot of fans that go crazy and take it a little bit over the top. But anyways, back to the match. Undertaker comes out of nowhere, gets rid of The Rock entirely, and then Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns both get up and they just start going at it again. This is like the final battle, Luke versus Vader type stuff.
Oh, yeah, and then, I agree.
Rhodey hits Cody with the Crossroads move about, I think, 3 times.
I want to say it was like 3, yeah.
It was like perfect.
It's beautiful.
He hits him, and then he finally pins him, and Cody,
finishes the story, man.
He wins by a pinfall. His story arc that was going on since I think last year, or maybe even longer. It was like 2 or 3 years in the making. Like
it was such a long story arc, and as great as that is, I mean, it is bittersweet though, because I enjoyed Roman as the champion. It was 1,316 days.
Yeah, that's a long time to hold a title. You can go back to dynasties in sports, like Patriots that held the title for a long time.
Yeah.
The freaking Patty Mahomes. Chiefs, even though I'm not a Chiefs guy, they are probably going to be a big dynasty pretty soon. Yeah. And it looks like for WWE wise, Cody Rhodes is going to be a pretty popular guy, pretty important player for a long time, good long time actually. But. That was just what a matchup, the intensity of it all, the crowd, the whole order of events. There was a lot of matches up like nobody really saw coming, like Randy Orton versus Logan Paul.
And ISHO Speed was there.
Yeah,
Can
you tell me like ISHO Speed, like to the audience, like who that is?
So pretty much ISHO Speed, if you are not aware, he's like 19, I think. I think he's younger than us. So he's like an internet personality. He went famous for... If I'm being honest, he's a big goofball. He yells really loud, barks, does a lot of stuff, but he's very big.
Very goofy.
Very big on the internet. And he came out in a Prime bottle.
Yeah, so Logan Paul has a Prime bottle, which is like his energy drink brand. It's a terrible drink. I mean, I'll play devil's advocate here. It's not that bad. Yeah.
It's not amazing, but it's not awful.
It's just the Paulinism. Like Logan Paul, that whole family is just, I don't know. Jake Paul is boxing Mike Tyson, and that's I'm hoping on Mike Tyson to win. But back to the match, as you said, ISHO Speed comes out in a freaking Prime bottle. Nobody knows whose it is at first because he's covered up.
His face was.
And then he takes it off, and then Speed just starts barking at Randy Orton, like doing that, his like kind of signature thing.
Yeah.
And then Randy Orton hits him with his signature, which is the RKO through a table.
Yeah.
The commentary on that was funny because the guy was like, "The dog is dead. Good Lord," Everybody was going crazy, and then I think Logan Paul actually won that match.
He did. He retained.
I mean, he's new in wrestling, so he's gonna win. How wrestling is, because everybody says, "Oh, it's fake." Like, oh, who cares? But like, why would you care? It's not real. Like, that's the same thing with movies. Like movies are fake, and you still enjoy them.
I mean, my biggest thing is because I've been a wrestling fan for a while, and my biggest thing is I always tell people like, okay, is it predetermined? Yes, the wrestlers go out there knowing who's gonna win at the end of the night, but you can't fake jumping off of a 20-foot ladder. You can't, like ISHO Speed, for example.
Yeah.
You can't fake him getting RKO'd through a table. You can't fake that.
Well, like even with matchups in the past, like Undertaker versus Mankind, where he throws him off the cell, twice.
It's predetermined, but like that
keeps fighting. He throws him on freaking pins and needles, and it's just like it's fun. It's like theater, kind of in a way, like the last type of theater. But I think that about what are you going to give the review of WrestleMania this
If
year.
I was to give both nights, if I was to combine them, I'm going to give it, because I'm not going to give it a 10 because I feel like there's always room for improvement, but I would give it a solid 9.
Probably
I
give
thoroughly
it
enjoyed
an 8
it.
out of 9. Yeah, it was good. But I think that's going to be all about the time that we have today. So
Yep.
thank y'all for joining us, and I'll see you on the next episode of WrestleTalk with your hosts, Maverick Jackson and Blake Newbuyer. See ya.